is my FZR 400R X-Up. I've just ridden this for the last month or so without a single problem after my car pickup. So yeah, I mean, I've given you the lowdown on what I've done with the bike. Aesthetically, it's still not the prettiest looking bike in the world. I mean, because, I mean, this side, I'm showing you this side first for a reason. This side looks all right. But as we go around, I've got a little crack in the headlight here. I've got this damage here, which is still there on the fairing. That needs to be fixed. I haven't got around to doing that yet. After all the work I've done to it, I just wanted to ride the thing. You know, I've not wanted to do anything else. I just wanted to actually ride the bike. So I put it back together. I got the actual fairings for it. I got an original tank fairing, which I was super happy to get hold of, and it's got a little Moto Fizz pad, which is I quite like them. I cleaned up the top yoke, so that's all polished up. These mirrors, they are a genuine Yamaha, but I stole them from my FZR 1000. My FZR 1000 Genesis is a 1987, and the mirrors from that actually fit this bike. This nose fairing is pretty damaged, but it's the only one I could find online. I mean, there's literally nothing around. You can't buy any parts for these bloody bikes. If you do find some, you'll probably be like, oh, I've just typed in FZR 400 on eBay and loads of stuff's come up. It's like, well, yeah, I'm sure it has, but it's not for this model. This is a 3N2, and back then it was when they reiterated all of the bikes all of the time, all of the models. So they're not all the same. I mean, they're very different, to be honest. All the fairings are different. There's a load of differences, so they're not just copy and paste. Unfortunately for me, because that would be really handy. But yeah, I'll go out for a ride and show you some riding shots, because this thing sounds amazing.
So yes, stainless steel lines all round, and the brakes feel a lot better now. Oh my goodness me, this thing's insane. I mean, I've got 1000cc bikes, and they don't make you feel like this. It's incredible. Old bikes are just so cool. Whoa. This thing revs up to what, 14, 15,000 RPM. They don't make bikes like this anymore, I'll tell you that. Yeah, what else have I done? As I said, I've done the brake lines. It's had new pads, new fluid. Because one of the main things I actually forgot was being able. Oh my goodness me! Yeah, so as I was saying before I got distracted by the amazing noise this thing makes, I refurbished all the brake lines, brand new brake lines, brand new brake hoses, all the good stuff. Jesus! Whoa! This thing, part of the joy. Oh, excuse me a second, I just got to enjoy this. Whoa! But the thing about this is you don't have to be doing silly, getting your license ripped up kind of speeds. You can enjoy this bike. And it feels like, and it sounds like you're going at Mach 10, and then you look down at the speedo and you're like, oh, I'm doing 60 miles an hour, which is kind of nice actually. But all I did in the last video, I was getting it running basically, and was just making sure that it was worth putting some money into, because obviously if the bike didn't run happy, then I wasn't about to spend loads of money restoring it. These FZR 400s have about 60 horsepower, and I mean, that doesn't sound like much, does it? But it only weighs, what, 165 kilos? It doesn't weigh much at all. Woohoo! Woohoo! Let's have this guy. Right, so, obviously, with a bike like this, the power band is right at the top of the rev range. These were known for being particularly revvy amongst the revvy bikes. That's how revvy they are. So even among the 400cc's, they were really revvy. These want to be living at 8,000, 9,000 RPM plus all the time, basically. Oh, and it's still got plenty of go. plenty of go. It hasn't got that much stop though, so you do have to bear that in mind. Let's see if we can get some lean here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh my god, I love this thing. So my love affection for these started when I had a go on a friend's FZR 400RR. And I just had a go on that and I thought, wow, this thing is so much fun. And after that I thought to myself, I have to have one. Let's bring it back to its former glory. It's been sat around for 7 years minimum, doing nothing. And now I've got it back on the road for not just myself to enjoy, but for everyone else to enjoy. Because they look cool, they sound cool, they go great. Oh, we could just have a stop somewhere up here and have a look at it. Oh, it's a bit potholy, but it'll do. But yeah, here she is. She's all warmed up. This is the FZR 400 in all its glory. Oh, listen to it. She just ticks over lovely. Right, let's have a sound check. Oh, goodness. Listen to that. Now, I've kind of put myself in a bad spot here because pulling out here is a pain in the arse. And if I crash, or if someone crashes into me, sorry, then it will make an excellent video. Let's just check everything's good. And yep, we're good. Wow, they sound amazing. Do you know what I find with this bike though? I find that if you get used to it, if you get used to the sound, it's best to... Oh my goodness me, this thing's incredible. It's best to have a break and step away from it for a bit. You know, ride something else, do something else, and then come back to it, and you won't regret it.
So just got back from my ride out on the FZR 400 and it rode faultlessly. This bike, I don't ride it for a while because, you know, it's old and it's got so few miles. I don't really want to put too many on it. So I end up not riding it that much. But then I get back on it and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how good this thing is. Like, it's just insane. You're so low to the ground, so it feels faster than it is because you're that low to the ground. And it's so flickable, it's so light, and it just screams away. I can see why people fall in love with these. I mean, it's one of those things where you don't understand it until you actually experience it. Like, they're pretty bikes anyway, so people fall in love with how they look, but until you've actually ridden one, I don't think you can truly understand how good they are. They're obviously not as refined as like a modern sport bike, for example, but they feel more true, more honest and sturdy and reliable, and they're just amazing. I'm certain that we're going to manage to get Jack to have a go on this bike soon, because I'm pretty sure he's keen to have a go. I don't think he's ever ridden anything like this, so it'll be interesting to see his thoughts on it as well. He's just let me have a go on his Tuono, so if you haven't seen this video on that, go check it out. Please like and subscribe, and catch me in the next video where I'll be doing a review on my Suzuki SV1000.